What's up, everybody? Second Extinction today, and I want to go over why I think that almost all games should be played in co-op, and kind of why I believe this game should have AI companions when you play by yourself. Last night, me and one of my best friends, we decided to jump on, play a little bit. We were playing in the free roam mode. There's actually 2 emergence areas currently, and we ended up getting our butts kicked. Like, we died stupidly and embarrassingly, but we had a lot of fun. And this is a game that is 100% best experience when you're playing with other people. And to me, this game is a beautiful example of how good a co-op game can be. Why playing and working with other people is so much fun and rewarding. Now, I have tried playing this game with matchmaking, and I tried matchmaking with some people, and I didn't have a very good experience. I don't know if it was just the 2 people I got matched up with, but they kind of ran off and did their own things. There was no communication on the mics. They literally ran off and died, and then I got an angry message. So this is a game I will not be playing with matchmaking. I'll play this with my friends whenever, we can get on and play a little bit. This isn't a game currently that I'm going to play tons of, and I'll get to that a little bit later in the video. I've got a little segment I want to just bring up. But why, in particular, this game is best as a co-op game is because there's so many instances where you're overwhelmed. There's a lot of dinosaurs. They come at you fast, and fighting some of the bigger ones, the flatbacks and the bulls, is less challenging when you have other people to help aggro and kind of pull attention away. But also you get better variety. You mix and match your characters, and you get different dynamics, you get different weapons. And that can be said for pretty much most co-op games, is you can kind of work to complement each other, try out different strategies, and do all, various different things. And this game really wants you to do some experimentation and figure out what works for you. Now, one of the most powerful aspects of, playing co-op and playing with other people is you can have different supply drops. And when you're playing with at least 2 people, we usually make sure we have ammo and supplies. We always make sure we have those 2 things. The gameplay you're seeing now, I actually got the mine drop, which is awesome. It's super powerful, by the way. I highly recommend it if you haven't tried it yet, because it recharges super fast. I mean, it drops a bunch of bouncing betties down, and they just ruin everything. It's amazing. Give that a shot. Highly recommend. And yet again, this game, when you're playing with a friend or some friends or other people, when you're, launching dinosaurs and they're ragdolling 50 feet in the air, or they go flying, it's fun and it's funny. And like, this game really lends itself to games should be fun. We're fighting mutated dinosaurs. I mean, the whole concept of this game is fun. And this is a game that you can jump into the free roam and run around for 45 minutes, an hour, just doing random objectives, fighting dinosaurs, and you can still make progress. You're still leveling up, you're still getting stuff, and I love that about the game. I think that's fantastic. I think that's awesome, and it's way more fun when you've got a friend with you, because you got someone to talk to. There's just kind of, this game lends itself to having just some downtime too, which is pretty cool, because me and my buddy were on last night. We were just chit-chatting and BSing like we normally do. We get on, we're talking, we just kind of talk about life, the universe, and everything, and, just kind of chit-chat. And this game, it can give you a lot of those moments, But then there's also the fun of, watching my buddy yeet a dinosaur in the air with a 40mm grenade launcher, or punch one so hard it goes, flying to the moon. And you have a good laugh with your friends doing that. And then, of course, you can get challenged. There's something that's infinitely more exciting, when you're fighting a T-Rex with a friend. Your friends are screaming, They're yelling, they're running away. You're trying to fight. You're thinking you're hot stuff because you're shooting it in the back, and then it turns around and starts chasing you. And then you're screaming like a little girl, and your friends are now the ones behind it, getting their laughs in, and it's a good time. I think co-op this game is exceptional. Solo, I talked about that in my previous video. That solo, this game needs a little bit of work. Now, as I said, I think when you play solo, you should have AI companions. I 100% believe in allowing people to play solo and allowing them to actually compete solo without having to resort to using only one character, only one play style. I think adding AI companions would make this game more accessible to solo players. And it would prevent the devs from having to kind of scale down the fighting, because I've noticed playing by myself and with a friend or friends that often you're still fighting the same amount of dinosaurs. So when you're by yourself, you have to fight 20 raptors by yourself, and that's a hard feat. You can't cover all angles at the same time. You're not omnipotent. You can't cover all sectors, and especially when a bull's charging you and you're trying to keep raptors off you, and then the bull charges past and you're trying to shoot the bull in the back while raptors are attacking you. If they allowed you to, even at minimum, take a singular AI companion with you, think of Deep Rock Galactic, that when you play by yourself, you can have Bosco, who is a AI robot that flies around and has good utility. Pretty good utility. Bosco can be used for a lot of things, and Bosco doesn't feel super overpowered. I mean, you can get upgrades for Bosco and you can do stuff like that. And I definitely think that this game, Second Extinction, could use some sort of AI companion or AI companions to allow single players to experience the game in a more tactical and kind of fun way. Because, as I've said, solo, the game is frustrating. It gets really frustrating because some of the enemies, as I said, are a pain in the ass. I'm looking at you, Flatback. I'm looking at you. I'm calling you out by name. And I think giving more agency to the players would be awesome. Because currently right now there's no sort of perk system for the characters. I would like to see some sort of passive perks brought in for characters. I know the characters each have kind of their own passive and active and alt, but I would like to see an overall character upgrade system. I think would be pretty cool. I would like to see some passive perks brought in, because I feel like, well, once you have all the weapons upgraded, what else are you going to do? And I think for higher tier play and just general stuff, altogether, I would like to see character upgrades. But I'm going to do another video on that later, so don't worry about that. I want to play more extensively with each one of the characters and then kind of go into my thoughts on that one. But a subject for another time. All in all, I definitely think this game is great. I've been saying that. I think this game is a lot of fun. Co-op, the way to go. 100% believe that we should have an AI companion or AI companions when you play solo. And just to kind of wrap this video up, I want to keep it kind of short and sweet here, is how do you guys feel about the objectives? Now, when I play the game, my first few hours, there was an air of randomness to the game, and the more I play it, the less it feels random. And the free roam, which I really enjoy, I think that's kind of a great way to just kind of get stuck in and get some stuff done and level up. To me, it's not random. The game is way less random than you'd think it is. All the objectives are in the same locations. The dinosaurs spawn almost entirely in the same locations. And the game has less of that randomness than you would like for a game like this. And I'm hoping that they expand on it and they add new objective locations and such as that. Because right now, of course, there's only the one map to play on. Perfectly fine. I like the map. I think it's great. Aside of some of the hills that I wish I could run up, but I can't. You can't like Elder Scrolls like Billy Goat up mountains, which I think is fair balancing because there's a lot of cliffs I would probably die on. But I would like to see a little bit more variation in objective locations. Maybe if they would just shift them around a little bit, or, you know, when you enter an area, you know, it would like load up some of the objectives in different spots. That way you can fight in different places and, you know, stuff like that. But I would like to see some of that. That's just me. I would like to hear your guys' opinions on it, actually. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see more of a variety in objective locations. I think the objectives themselves, perfectly fine. I like the objectives. I think they're fun. I think there's a good mix of objectives. I would like to see just kind of, you know, a mix of objective locations, really. All right, everybody. Leave a like, leave a dislike, comment down below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. There's plenty of more content coming. I'll definitely be playing more Second Extinction. And stay tuned because there's a lot of good stuff coming out this month. So there's going to be a lot of crazy content coming. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope to catch you in the next video.